the night and sneak out through a lizard folk tunnel where you killed a bunch of lizard folk into the Mirror of the Dead Men. It took a full day of walking through the rain, where you also fought a bunch of spiders, to lead you to like a small, currently at the time abandoned camp, where later that night an entire group of lizard folk showed up. You guys fireballed the lizard folk and left one standing, who managed to introduce himself as Snapjaw. And between sort of not wanting to die and asking you to help him, he told you that there's cultists, he could lead you to them, and if you help him, he'll help you. And that's where we left off, in the Mirror of... just saw the token. In the Mirror of Dead Men, where Z's probably not sleeping very much, and seems to be on a quest to kill a dragon. I imagine you guys, as usual, would have left Eli and Kira to stand guard throughout the night. That seemed to be what you guys were doing. Correct me if
because they could go half on, half off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then Eli,
Yes.
make a perception check.
You got it.
And to the rest of the group, before you settled down for the night, would you have started the fire pit that was there, or would you have just left it alone? Done.
Is there anything dry to even burn in this swamp?
You could try. Snapjaw could probably help you.
I was
Might
gonna
rain.
say, Haskell and Snapjaw probably know how to start fires in a swamp.
Yeah,
Cantrips,
salad.
Just like dry them out with cantrips. Just done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It is raining. I take that back. It's raining. I just remembered that. And Heidi, make me a perception check.
Yes, ma'am. Oh my god, how do I I like literally looked at my character sheet like, oh my god, how do I 5e? Oof.
Great. Eli, it's probably 5 in the morning. Somewhere around there. The sun's probably going to start rising soon. You probably won't notice it until a little later because the storm clouds. But you hear someone moving through the mirror. It's loud. It sounds like they're moving probably pretty fast in your guys' direction.
Okay. So it's about 5 in the morning, so people need like maybe another 3 hours of sleep, right?
Probably.
Okay. And they're I can hear them and they're running sort of at us, so I would imagine that they're about to get at us like now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eli will sort of like stand up at the ready and he'll sort of like have a little flame coming out of his fingertips. And he'll just be like ready for it because he doesn't want to wake everybody up unless he has to because he doesn't know what's coming at them yet. So he's just gonna like kind of stand there and just be ready.
Then Heidi, you notice nothing. You are panicked and you are just trying to get away from whatever was happening behind you. And so as you're pushing through the thick foliage of the Mirror of the Dead Men, you suddenly hit a clearing, and it's dark. You have dark vision, so you can sort of see, like, faintly in the background some tents, but most noticeably is a huge robot man standing in front of you, whose face is slightly illuminated, like, from under, like he was holding a flashlight under his chin, by fire that he's put up in his hand. And Eli, in turn, you see Heidi's character, if Heidi wants to describe Heidi's character as they run out into the clearing and probably start stumbling to a stop. They see you.
So you'll see a relatively small human, about 5 foot, small, 125 pound, blue-skinned tiefling, that is as low to the ground as they can possibly be, with short swords in their hands, ready to attack at any moment. And also looking terrified.
Okay. Well, Eli sort of adopts a less terrifying posture and is like, "Can I help you?"
No.
Okay, bye. And then he just lowers his hands.
And then I go, wait. What are you doing out here?
I am keeping watch. I'm Eli.
The two of you, after a moment of standing there together, hesitantly, at least one of you hesitantly standing and looking at each other, you realize you've seen each other before. You both traveled to the Roadhouse. You never really interacted, but you joined the same caravan in Waterdeep to the Roadhouse beside the Mirror of the Dead Man. You've seen these people together before. At least you don't see any of the other group.
And Eli's just sort of standing there. Because, like, he's just like, "Hello, I'm Eli. You don't need my help, so I'm just gonna stand here and just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just vibing." Kind of thing. He's just standing.
Are you by yourself?
Nope.
And I just kind of like look around, like, to see if there's anybody around him, like trying to figure out, like, I don't see anybody. My perception is terrible, so I see nothing, even if they're right in front of me. So I'm like looking around.
You probably see Mini
see
Sita
him.
crawling around on Eli.
Yeah. You see a little dragon. It's a mechanical dragon.
What
Might
are
also see
you?
Groshax.
I am Eli.
You've said that.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have friends?
I sure do.
Where are they?
And he sort of just like turns around and just like looks in their like general direction. Sort of somewhere over there, I think.
And you're good people.
Good is relative, but I do believe yes.
Can I do an insight? Is that insight? Oh, 5e. 5e is a struggle. I'm like, can I do a sense motive?
I mean, it seems. Correct me if I'm wrong, Soren, but as you look at this romance, he seems very genuine. Like, he just kind of accepted the fact that you didn't want help, but it's just letting you know what's happening. He believes
Basically,
these people to be good.
you think he might be daft.
Yes.
He might be a little bit slow. That's
Okay.
about it.
Okay. Well, nice to speak to you, Eli. And then I'm just gonna, like, I'm still like in my sneaking ready to attack position, and I'm heading to where he said his friends were, and just kind of again looking terrified and just trying to make sure that I don't get murdered.
Okay, bye, Blue Lady.
Yeah. Are you just gonna like sit outside of the tent, and wait, or are you going to poke around and like look inside the tent at these
I'm gonna
people
do a
who
little
have
bit
been
of both. So I'm gonna just kind of like sit there and just kind of take in my surroundings and kind of like pre-plan exit strategies, that kind of thing, and then I'll poke around.
Mhm. And yeah, as you first sit and you look around for the first time, now that you're closer, you do see these several tents, assumedly occupied. You also see, nearby, closer to the water, you can see in the darkness and the rain that the land seems to drop off at this camp and extend into water for as far as you can see. Closer to the water is a giant lizard who's just sleeping. He doesn't seem to be bothering anybody. Um, but you want to like open a tent flap and just kind of poke inside a few of them.
Yes,
Let's look.
as
Um,
stealthily as possible.
sure. Give me a stealth roll.
Sure. Yikes. I'm scared, guys.
Yeah. Eli, you're welcome to make a perception check. If you
No,
would
I'm
like.
watching her. Like, it's hard to miss her with 120-foot dark vision.
Oh, okay.
True.
Yeah.
On 11, my
Good point.
passive perception picks up on that. Like, oh, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Then
Tripping over
you're
the
free
fire
to
pit
stop
and things like that.
if you wish to stop her as you see her reaching for a tent flap. You're not sure what she's doing, but like reaching to look or go inside one of the
I'll just
one of your friends are in.
insight, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I know that she's not
Nice.
here to fuck with us. I'm just like, clearly she's a frightened animal. So I'll just leave her be. And as long as she doesn't wake them up, everything's okay.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, is Haskell sleeping under Groshek?
Yeah, probably. He's
Okay.
probably like him and Groshak's probably like covered themselves in mud to insulate themselves.
Then yeah, Frigus, you open the tent flap and you poke inside, and you see it's sleeping. It's hard to see who it is because they have like covers. But you see like in the tent set off to the side is a big suit of armor that's sort of just been put aside safely out of the wetness. And you see their other equipment. You can see their covers are rising and falling gently as whoever this sleeps.
Is there anything of note in the tent, like equipment-wise, besides the giant armor that I would notice that I would care about? That would be concerning.
I don't think. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Elba has anything else, cause she punches people.
She has. I mean, she has a shield.
Mhm.
Everything else is either going to be in her bag or built into her armor. So no, not really. The armor looks kind of funky. It's clearly been heavily modified.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna kind of sit outside of their tent
Mhm.
and just kind of like sit there and stare and wait
Mhm.
for them to get up eventually, and I'll probably fall asleep in the process.
Okay. Then as a few hours pass, excuse me. A few hours pass, and Elba and Z and Haskell, it starts to get a little lighter out, as light as it's probably going to get. Three of you are just fully wake up. And it's Haskell who probably notices first, as you roll yourself out from under Groshak's, and sit up, and look around.
I'd like to
Regain
imagine he has
your,
to struggle. Like, Groshax is just on top of him. He has to, like, claw his
Like
way
a
out because
big
he's so
black
heavy and doesn't want to wake him up also.
He just like
Drag yourself through the mud.
those little he had like a little hole that he was in like Groshax was like laying like he made like a little indent and Groshax was laying over it. So he would be able to like come up from out of him on his side kind of thing. Yeah.
You sort of pull yourself out like you're under a car.
Yeah, basically.
You sit up, try to get something your surroundings. You know the word. You look around, everything's normal. You don't know that person who is sort of sitting up against probably like a rock and has kind of fallen asleep. Their head drooped as they're sitting up.
You also
because
notice
Eli's
Eli literally watching her,
Yeah,
like literally staring directly at her,
Where did
and just like
Snapjaw sleep?
he's just kind of he's just there. That's it. Yep.
Where did Snapjaw fall asleep at?
Snapjaw, you would
Mud
have
over
seen. Yeah, would have gone away from you guys and crawled under like a bush
Gotcha.
nearby. You know where he went.
I mean, Haskell will just look at Eli, like very pointedly, like pointing his snout at him, looking down at the tiefling, looking back at Eli, and blinking.
Can we keep her?
He just blinks again.
She had many options and chances to kill you in your sleep, but never even tried to take any of them. I believe she may be good.
Haskell will just like flap Alba's tent.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alba and Z, as you're waking up, you would hear both Eli speaking to someone who you can assume is maybe Haskell, maybe Kira, or Snapjaw, about keeping someone, and then Alba, you hear your tent flap kind of flutter as someone flaps it.
Alright, Alba will grab the gauntlet of her armor and like activate it so that she can use it, and then put it on her one hand and come out to see what's going on. What are you guys doing? You've just got. Who is that?
Blue lady?
Oh, I have a quick question for the GM. Does she look injured? Because I noticed her token is missing half of its HP.
She does.
Oh, she wouldn't
you
be.
geniuses.
No, she wouldn't be, because Eli would have healed her if she was injured.
He just kept dumping healing potions on her.
Literally,
of
she
acceptance
can't,
and
like,
healing.
she'll just wake up completely revitalized.
Oh, okay, you do it unconsensually.
Yo, I didn't consent to this.
I'm a robot. I don't need consent.
She no
Tim.
longer looks.
Damn.
I do things.
Eli, why does this woman look slightly sticky?
Probably because I covered her in goop.
Whoa. Oh god.
He accidentally
God, that is a
confused
terrible joke.
one of his mayonnaise vials with a healing potion.
Oh no.
Ew.
Nah. It's just straight healing potions.
Alright.
I'm not wasting mayonnaise on that.
She looks purple, not blue.
Oh no. Get
So-
nasty.
Alba will kneel down and like tap the woman on her shoulders, try and gently wake her up.
And you'll just see them like frantically get up and start swinging their short swords
Oh god.
frantically.
Step out of
Do
the
it.
reach of her short swords.
The minute you start swinging short swords, both of Eli's arms become cannons and point at you. Cease hostile actions immediately, or I will be forced to fire.
And then you'll see their eyes just kind of like looking up at everybody and being like, "Who are you? What do you want from me?"
The arms become arms
Well,
again.
you
I'm Eli.
are in our camp, so I think you're the one that should be doing introductions, really.
Oh. And then I'll just kind of like look around and be like, "Where the fuck am I?"
The Mirror of Dead Men.
Yeah, that.
Oh, and then things just start kind of like uh, I'm recalling everything that's happened up until this moment. Uh, uh, your Eli, your machine friend, said that you people were good. Um, uh, um,
Okay.
And Z, you'd probably be waking up to this, and you're free to join the conversation.
So we have this person.
oh, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Frigas. Nice to meet you.
Freegas.
Mhm.
Okay, Freegas. What are you doing in our camp?
Um, you just see them like look around. Uh, best I not say too much. Shit hit the fan big, and I needed some place that I thought maybe I'd be safe for a bit. No, I was already here. I just mean like while I'm
Why
already
are you
here.
here?
Um, I'm like hesitant to say anything to them. I
I would just like to say, Haskell low-key excited that if this person fucks up, he gets to finally eat a tiefling.
hell yeah.
He obviously isn't eating Z for polite and useful reasons.
I mean I don't mean to not give you information, but I was on a job. The job went south. And now I'm just kind of figuring out my next step and how to get the hell out of
Alright.
here.
Well, does your job have anything to do with the Cult of the Dragon by chance?
You'll see them just eyeing Alba. Uh, hmm. Can I do an insight check?
Mhm.
Yeah, terrible rolls. Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, I'm not sure what you
what are
want to
you
know from that.
trying? Yeah. What are you trying
Uh,
to gather?
I'm trying to gather if possibly they have ties to the cult in that they're helping them.
Yeah, yeah. Like if the vibes she was throwing out were like we hate those people or we are those people.
Yeah.
Mm,
We'll point out that she's being slightly sarcastic because I doubt there's very many other settlements in this area.
mhm. I mean, how how much of a poker face do you think Alba has in this moment?
Uh, I mean, she's not trying to lie or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Are you here because of the Dragon Cult?
Yeah, I mean, you taking this information, Regus, you can tell she just wants to know. You don't. It doesn't seem like it's hostile, but you also can see one lizard folk with them, and you can see like in the bushes another one that's kind of has crawled out and is kind of looking at you guys, just kind of not approaching, just watching.
Uh-huh.
There are a number of lizard folk shaped shadows on the surrounding trees. I forgot Fireball was a fucking war crime in this game.
Geneva Conventions, Geneva Suggestions.
I'll just say, I was on a job regarding the cult. Why do you ask? And I say that
We're
very
looking
slow,
for
like
them.
that, like very concerned. Like you're friends with them?
Oh, like we're going to kill them all.
Oh,
You one
and
of
then
them?
you see them like visibly just like relax completely, just like, huh, I'm good for now, maybe, I don't know. No. Also, on a job trying to learn more about them, trying to hopefully figure out where they are, what they're doing, what they have, kind of job. So why do you have lizard folk with you? No offense. It sounds very offensive, the way that they said it.
That's called
Gesture at lizard folk.
Say what?
Because why not? Not all lizard folk work for these people.
One of
They're
them does.
useful. I don't care.
Huh. Huh. And you'll kind of just see like a look on their face, like never met a lizard folk that was not a part of this cult, so learning something. Okay, cool. How do I get out of here?
Pick a direction and
Well,
walk for a very long time.
you walk like a day in that direction. You'll eventually reach that roadhouse that we were at. Otherwise, but I mean, you go on your own, I'm afraid. So we're not coming with you.
The Carnath Roadhouse or whatever.
That
Is that
was
what you're
it.
talking about?
Yeah, that was it. No, this place is awful. I agree.
Well, huh. Here's the thing.
Hmm.
I don't really feel like dying.
Hmm.
And you could maybe use somebody else that's useful, question mark?
Always welcome. Any good with those short swords?
What about my short swords?
You any good with them?
Yeah, sure
Just for
can.
show.
No, I can kill things.
Good. Get hired.
What's the pay like? I say
Whatever we
that
find.
sarcastically as like, it's like, right now I'm just in survival mode. I don't really care about the pay.
Like when
Who
you're
knows,
not
maybe we'll
sure if
fix
you
your
did
job
good
for
at a
you.
job interview and you're like, oh, so when do I start?
Yeah, exactly.
Whether or not Z could sleep is another question.
Yeah. Haskell already tried to find sleeping herbs and he didn't find any here.
If you wanted a 50-50 on it, you would. But
Whose fitful slumber, if any.
Mhm. Mhm.
Woo, woo, woo.
Mhm.
Wait a second. And you'll see them looking over their body. Did somebody heal me?
I keep things alive.
Oh. Thanks. Uh-huh. I'm good for
Eli.
now.
Yeah, he never seems to run out of them. I don't really know how. I assume there's some magic thing inside of him producing it. I haven't had a chance to
Interesting.
examine him yet.
Yeah, as you guys are kind of gathered up and start, I assume, gathering your belongings, Snapjaw would have kind of watched the conversation, and then when it sort of temporarily came to an end, moved over towards the canoe that they had rowed up to the shore. Starts like going to like get ready to go, and all of you would notice that you haven't seen Kira.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen Gira for 70% of the time he's been in the party, so it's normal.
And I'm just gonna say, who are you looking for?
Our elf.
Oh. Did I happen to see anybody last night on when I was kind of stumbling into their camp?
Nope.
I didn't
And
see
Eli,
anybody when I came in.
Haskell will speak up and say, Eli, did you see him when you changed watch?
I also don't see him that often. About 75% of the time, he is invisible, yes. And it was dark. No. I'm on a timer. He never wakes me up.
That's ominous.
How much has it been raining?
a lot.
Okay. So would
Like-
Haskell figure that any tracks made hours ago are probably too fucked up?
Most likely, especially in a place with lots of mud, and if Eli didn't see him or hear him at all, there's a chance he either left or got taken away, or
Mhm.
whatever happened.
I mean,
before Eli
Haskell will try to sniff around for him. See if there's
Sure.
anything. Probably won't come up with anything, but he'll try.
Mhm.
Uh, it doesn't matter which I roll, so if it's a survival, it's the same number anyways.
Yeah, you sniff around. You can't pick up on his scent, but you do open his tent and look inside, and you see most of his stuff is still here, with an exception of his weapons.
Of his weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like he
And the things
planned to have
he was wearing.
absconded.
Yeah.
Alright.
It looks like he was taken or killed elsewhere.
Give me a minute. I'm gonna take off vertically.
There is not much flying room here, dude.
It's a dense, yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll take off towards the lake and then sort of circle back up.
Okay.
Right? Because there
You're
was
not
like
really gonna be able to see through the foliage.
Okay. That's fine, but I should be able to get like an overview.
Where the situational
The
aspect,
situation.
green sight comes in.
Yeah. Also, for reference sake, I am like zigzagging as I'm going forward and then struggling to go up because I am already at half speed from exhaustion. It's like, okay. Where did you go, Kira? Oh god. And like slowly coming back down, like crushing through the foliage to get back down to the. No, can't see anything from up there. Okay. Right. Look. He's out there, and he's alive. He's gonna be able to find us. We know that he can. He's got that sort of magical ranger thing. If he's not, whatever was able to take down Kira, I don't think. Find, track down, kill, and get to Kira in time. Not now. Not with the state of the not where we are.
Hey, okay. It looks so good, my friend.
Hmm?
Alba said, "You don't look so good, friend."
Oh.
To Z.
I'm fine. Look, I'm just haven't been sleeping well. It's all. Sooner we can get, the sooner we can get to deal with the cold, the better. We'll get some sleep then.
Do you need like a coffee or something?
No. I'm okay. Let's just let's get the canoe going.
How many canoes are functional, by the way?
Oh, one.
One?
Two? Because
Two.
they brought one.
Right.
You
okay.
can fit 5 in a canoe comfortably.
Okay.
There is 6 of you. But you also have Groshek.
Yes, but Grosheks can swim.
And
Also, Eli
yeah,
is
I'm saying if
300
you wanted to take one canoe, Pascal could hypothetically sail on Groshek's back.
Yeah. I mean, the lizard folk can just swim.
Yeah, that too. If you wanted to swim through all the water.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Eli and Haskell weigh like a ton.
True.
There's also 200 pounds with her armor.
True. You might need to.
Probably should just take 2. I mean, 200 pounds is like the weight of a muscular man.
Yeah, I suppose.
Not too much.
But with Eli also.
Yes.
Half of it is
It
armor.
is built for lizard folk.
So we're gonna take 2 canoes and have the lizard people swim.
Okay, give me a second, because I assume you're taking Gira's stuff with you.
Only if there was something like really useful that we might need, because I think the implication is he might be somewhere
That he's still
and he
alive and he
might
might
come back.
Yeah.
So we don't want to like ditch his shit and
Yeah.
just leave him completely vulnerable.
I
Yeah.
mean, may as well have a look through it, see if there's anything good in there.
That
Hell, your Layla is showing.
Oh. For real though. Oh boy.
you would not.
Oh, the cult disguise might be worthwhile.
Mhm.
Yeah, although we've only got a couple.
Yeah, but
Lantern.
still.
I'll take it from me.
1,000 ball bearings. What
Yep.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
marbles.
know we had those.
I think they're sold in a bag of 1,000.
Yeah, they are sold by 1,000.
I thought it was 100.
I mean,
It is
yeah, I
100.
guess.
Oh, really?
I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's 100.
looking at it.
It's
Yeah.
10 bags of 100 ball
Jesus
bearings.
Christ.
Good lord.
Yeah, because I think 100 of them covers a 5-foot square.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Damn.
A fucking
Picking them back
stolen
up
wedding
sucks,
ring.
so.
Yeah. I can imagine.
He won't need that. We can pick
hold-
it up and we can return it for a reward. Just saying.
I think like I'm probably like picking up the or looking at the ring. It's like, hold up, that's that the Stuntum sigil in that. God damn it, Kira.
You know, ignoring all the items in the bag, there is the bag itself.
Yeah.
True.
I'm gonna take the cultist
Clothing, fair.
clothing, if y'all are okay with it.
It's fucking fine with me, man.
I'm like, I don't care. I don't know this person.
I'll take 50 feet of rope just because we're gonna need it for the canoes probably, if we want to tie them up or something. And I'll grab the mask.
You could have it be lizard powered canoes.
No. Once we want to dock them, because even if we,
I mean, they probably have rope in them or on them already. And well, typically you don't actually dock them in places like this. You just drag them onto the shore.
Barge them into mud.
yes, but if it's
Okay.
raining, you wanna tie them up.
I have rope.
Okay.
I have 50 feet of
Then
rope.
I'll just take the black dragon mask.
Let's go.
Cool. Who? It's not very hard, but just for the sake of putting your token somewhere, who would be steering the other canoe?
I mean, Alba's probably pretty familiar with boats.
Yes.
He'd be happy
She
to do it.
probably would.
I guess like
Cool.
I'm with Eli and Snapjaw, in one, and then Alba and Frigus can be in the other one.
And just
Sure.
Pascal
Has-
swimming?
Pascal
and-
will swim.
Yeah.
Snapjaw kind of looks at you and gives you a look, but won't say anything.
Okay.
It's concerning.
Whatever.
Is Snap
Actually,
and,
you
and
know,
I'm guessing
I'm
Snapjaw.
exactly entirely sure how I can interpret that, and Pascal will take that look as a warning and get in the canoe.
I mean, I feel like I should say there's probably a reason the lizard folk use the boats.
Yes.
Mhm.
That is
What do you
exactly why
mean?
Pascal knew that that's what that meant.
Mhm.
Also, slightly concerned that Groshax is going to get eaten by something.
No, not the
Evil
baby.
laughter.
I I mean, listen, Haskell can and will jump into the water to fight things. And it probably
Perfect,
won't go well
no!
with those things because Haskell can cause lightning to come out of his claws.
Cool. And you guys set off. Snapjaw leads the way, as you guys head out. And as you guys are in your canoes, even you realize if Snapjaw wasn't here, you can see along the path that he's leading you, there's a lot of like hanging totems off branches and trees, or like marked spots in trees, to signify the path for the lizard folk or cultists. You don't know who exactly comes through here, but those who come through this area. And as you travel, anyone who like peers over the side of the canoe as you're rowing, the water is very murky and you can't see more than I don't know, maybe a foot under the water and just dark. You don't know how deep it is here. And you are traveling through the water for a long time. And I want everyone to give me perception check.
Sure.
Is this based
Yeah.
on smell or hearing?
No.
Okay.
Perception.
Do I get
4.
advantage for having Sita also looking?
It could
Sure.
give you the help action, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. With your collective perception check, particularly D, you are very on edge.
Just to be clear, my perception is a
Is
4
disadvantage.
because I have disadvantage
right.
on every.
I forget. With my other group, we always just toggle the advantage and disadvantage.
I need
yes.
to toggle it for everything.
I just have it always rolled at 2 because that
Yeah.
makes the most sense.
It does, but it's not querying for
we-
disadvantage, so it's showing as both being like legit.
Then I mean, yeah, everyone but Z and Alpha, who you're probably focusing on steering the same direction that Snapshot is. You see shapes moving through the water very fast towards you, and these are large shapes. And
My
with your
anaconda don't.
with your successful perception checks, they won't get a surprise round on you, and that's your prize as you roll initiative.
That's our prize.
Oh, wonderful.
Good lord.
Your prize is you don't die immediately.
Wait a second.
You
Wait a
need
second.
to move us to the right
Yes.
map.
I will. I shall. I'm just gonna move these tokens to
Ooh.
this layer
Oh,
for
no.
now because you can't see what they
What
are.
the? My Firefox died.
Oh,
Oof.
See ya.
you can't tell what they are, but you know they're getting close. And they're big, but they're underwater.
Oh boy. They underwater.
I have a question. How does concentration work in this game?
It's a passive thing. If you get hurt, you need to make a concentration check.
Yep.
It's the concentration check.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution, yeah.
It's
The
either
DC
10
is
or
10 or half
the damage you took. Half damage you took. Cool.
Okay.
Whatever.
Alright.
It's normally pretty easy to maintain it.
Okay. I can live with that.
I mean,
There's also a feat called Warcaster that gives you advantage
Yes.
on.
I was considering getting that.
gives you advantage on every single Constitution saving throw for concentration.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, concentration checks. All concentration checks.
Yeah. I remember seeing that and thinking, I should get that.
We'll go poke
I get
in
a class feature that does something similar, so
What are you doing to my
active?
sheet?
I'm adding your dex bonus to your initiative.
Oh god, I
Bitch.
rolled a 1.
Oh.
Do I have advantage from my shield? I think I have advantage from my shield. Yeah, Sentinel shield.
Ollie, I take back my bitch comment. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I take
Oh
my
my
7.
god.
I'm like, what are you doing, bitch? And then I was like, oh no, you're helping. Oh no, I mean.
I like how. Okay. Okay, never mind.
Oh, I need to roll for
Frigate's also rolled okay.
Snapshot.
Oh, I'll roll. I should roll for Groshax too, probably, or
Yes,
unless
you should.
Groshax should just go on my turn or something.
Unless you want him to go on your turn, I'll have him go at the beginning of your turn.
Yeah, I'll just have him go on my turn for
Those
simplicity's
coffins?
sake.
Coffins? What?
Coffin?
Yeah.
At the top left next to those trees.
Oh, those do kind of look like
Oh,
kind of looking
yeah,
like
maybe.
coffins though.
Nice.
I mean, it wouldn't be the strangest thing to find in the mirror of dead men.
I mean, I suppose so.
Oop, that's the wrong
True.
character. Haha, I just clicked on one of the final bosses.
Mirror of
Snap
death.
off.
Please
Just
no.
gender all
Please
of those
don't
corpses.
don't throw a CR20 thing at us.
I will change
See-
Snapdragon.
You see the 5 heads of Tiamat rise out of the water.
For the confusing part is we see the black head show up first, so we think, oh, it's the black dragon, and then the other 4 show up, it's like, oh no.
Oh, Snapdragon doesn't do good either.
We have such shitty initiative across the board. It's kind of impressive.
How did I just do that?
We so talented.
I just fucked up my roll 20 now. How? It's workable. It's just weird looking now.
Four of us don't have above a 10.
Yeah.
Kind of impressive.
1 second. I'm gonna reload my roll 20. But
Fair.
Z, I do see it's your turn. You notice, or you are alerted, probably, to these shapes that are moving towards you. You can see them moving. You can't tell what they are in the dark, dark water, but you know they're very big and are probably aggressive.
Okay. Roughly how far away are they?
They're going. At least one of them is going to be next to your boat on their turn.
Okay.
So close enough you could hit them.
I'm gonna prepare for combat, so I'm gonna cast Mage Armor myself. Since I didn't do so at the beginning of the day. And then I'm gonna reposition a little bit. Are they coming from the front or the back of the ship? The boat?
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Okay. I'm also gonna draw my my arcane focus, my tablet, and you ready for combat? Cause that's it. That's my turn.
Cool. Fregus.
That's me. Help me. How do I play new character?
Take your time.
Okay, so I am. So you said it's a big boy.
It's a big boy. Several big boys.
I am simply going to
Can prepare to attack.
ready in action to attack.
Okay. For the record, I'm considering everyone next to something that's outside the boat who's on the boat within 5 feet, even if you're not technically. So, as that happens, usually I have this prepared, but I haven't done this in a while, so I don't have your ACs on me. So, Elba, Haskell, and Eli, what are your ACs?
18.
18, 16,
20.
20. Okay. Where'd my... Oh, I just reloaded. Roll 20. It's like, where'd my character sheet go? 1 second. Gotta go get your sheet again.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. and assume that I'm still the lowest AC in the party.
Even with
What-
mage
Possibly.
armor? You have
Even with
14, I assume?
15.
15, okay.
Mine's 14, so.
Woo!
Wee!
You want a shield dog? I don't think you can use a shield, never mind.
Actually, I'm looking to see if that's if
Jesus.
I've done that correct. Because you know me.
That doesn't
You just
sound
have
right.
leather armor? If it's leather armor, then that's right.
I mean, leather
we
armor
are-
and +3 dex.
Haskell's armor
Oh, this
class
is
is
good
only so
music.
high because of
Yeah.
scales. It is, yeah.
Oh, I need one more. Boop. Okay. I got my sheets. Then I have to reload. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, S. There it is. So, all of you see lunging out of the water at you are 4 crocodiles.
Oh. Oh, hey.
And you
Oh,
can
hi
see
there.
now, popping out of the water nearby, are 2 more.
Okay.
Oh, hi there. Hi there, Fran.
And they lunge at Haskell, Eli, Alba, and Snapjaw, respectively. Eli and Haskell, you raise your shield, and Eli, you manage to get out of the way a little as they reach up, and you hear their jaws snap violently in your face as they fall back down into the water.
You know, actually, I don't know how much Frigus knows about the dragon cult, but just remembering that Haskell's shield is the face of
Oh.
Langdedrosa's Cyanrath.
Nice.
Regus wouldn't know who that was,
Okay.
but it's pretty creepy
It
anyway.
is still a creepy face stretched out across, yeah.
Just
Uh-huh.
imagine
Oh
it's
my
like one of
God.
those pies where people tried to make a face on a
No.
pie and it just looked like a horror movie.
You know what it is? You know that like the final boss of Dragon's Dogma with like the weird face in his chest? It's like that kind of look to it, I bet. It's like weird and stretched out.
I can't picture that. This
And the other 2 crocodiles, you see one grab Snapjaw, and he doesn't like it. And Alba, the other one, comes at you from the side, and you're not able to get your shield up in time, somehow. And you're gonna take 10 points of piercing damage. You are grappled, and you have a round to get out of the grapple before the crocodile pulls you into the water.
Would I be able to
Okay.
use my ready to action, even though they're not specifically attacking me?
Yes.
Short sword, let's go. I swish.
Fortunately, you won't hit.
Yeah, there was an attempt.
Yeah, you're kind of startled as this huge crocodile jumps out of the water, and attacks your new companion in front of you, and you're not able to get purchase. And then it's Eli's turn.
Sorry. How much damage did I take?
You took
10?
10 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And you're
so at the
automatically
beginning,
grappled.
so at the beginning of every day, just like previously before the break that we had, Eli casts mage armor on himself at the beginning of every day because he just rests for an hour and then gets the spell slot back.
Mm-hmm.
So he should have mage armor on.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they are partially submerged in the water, correct? Because they're swimming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And let me know if you stand up. For the record.
Eli doesn't have to stand up to cast spells, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm about to use an electricity-based spell. How do you want to
Okay.
handle that?
What do you?
I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt,
Uh-huh.
probably on this one, just because it's right beside me.
Mhm. I would
And I don't
say.
know how that's going to affect the other ones,
Uh-huh.
or if it will, or what. But that's up to you. I'm just gonna
I
do
will
it.
say, because it's A, magical electricity, and B, for the sake of balance, um, the all the squares around the crocodile, if something gets in the squares, it will take damage, but everything else it'll just fizzle out beyond that.
Perfect. I can cast it at a higher level, right?
It does only increase the initial damage, though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Okay. Okay, then that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna do that. I don't believe that hits.
An 8 will not hit, unfortunately, as you cast Witch Bolt and it hits the water and crackles and then disappears. And the crocodile looks at you angrily.
Wait, why is it even trying to eat me?
Because it wants to.
I mean, to
And
be
it
fair, it
got
probably just
confused.
saw a shape, and then it was like, ew.
He
Ugh.
hungry.
I mean, they literally will eat anything.
True.
So,
Yeah.
I guess.
You're roughly food shaped, and it hasn't
Yeah.
got the taste of you yet. So
That is true. That is very
Yeah.
true.
Roughly.
you'd also just try and fire electricity at it. So
Yeah, well, it tried to bite me first, to be fair. That's gonna be it. That's literally all that I can do.
Pascal.
Um.
Or
Hmm.
Groshak.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What would Groshak as a big dumb animal do in this moment?
Recognize a threat and want to get away.
Just
Cool.
literally
That's a
just
tree
motor.
over here.
Sure is.
Not Heskel. The Groshaks will dash up the tree
Sounds
because
good.
he has a climb speed as well.
that's cool.
Groshak saw the crocodile eyeing him hungrily and was like, thanks.
Just fucking lizards up a tree. Heskel's like, yes, good boy. I can't technically reach that little boy right there. So, yeah. Can I like? I guess I can. And just
I
like,
consider these
yeah.
middle squares to be adjacent to these ones, or whatever.
Okay. Heskel will like just scooch back,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll while that thing's snout is over the edge, he'll
Mhm.
start biting and clawing at it.
Mm-hmm.
So, action.
That will hit.
This is still an action.
That will hit.
Ignore the electricity damage, obviously, right now.
Mhm.
And bonus action. Miss.
And miss. And you see this crocodile doesn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, just like fucking tearing at its eyes and stuff.
It makes a little crocodile grunt sound. But I
and
assume
yes, that is my turn.
you're gonna see Snapjaw use his action to try and struggle out of this crocodile's
Oh
grip.
shit, he got grappled. Oh fuck, wait.
Whoop. Um, he will barely not make it.
Ugh.
He's trying to grab onto this crocodile's jaws and pull it away. He cannot do so, and is still grappled. And then it's Elba's turn, who is also grappled.
All right. How do I get out of a grapple?
An athletics check?
Or an acrobatics.
No, that's only if you're grappling.
No.
I'm 99% sure. Grapple rules. Okay.
I think you can only initiate with athletics, but you can
Yes,
use
you can
either to get
escape
out.
with acrobatics, but you cannot initiate with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
Because it's
these
the
rules.
same as using like escape artist in Pathfinder.
Neat.
Okay, yep. But
So I need to make an athletics check.
or
Or
acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Or
But I think
acrobatics.
Yeah, either or.
Alright, I mean, I guess I'll make an acrobatics check. Hang
Is that
on.
higher?
Marginally.
Interesting.
Strength is one of my lower stats.
hmm
Isn't it everybody's?
In this party,
We don't have
probably.
any
Does this
strong
count-
people.
Does this count as a strength check?
Yes.
Acrobatics would be dexterity.
Athletics would be
Athletics would be strength.
Yes.
Athletics would be
In
strength.
that case, I'm not going to make an
You have
acrobatics. I'm going to
advantage.
make an athletics check, and I'm going to use my armor ability is from my armor of magical strength, which I can spend a charge from it and add my intelligence bonus to the roll.
Holy shit.
There you go.
So I
Bro.
spend a charge from my armor and add 4 to this check.
Damn.
Cool.
You do
Oh
it.
my
Nail it.
god. Fuck yeah.
You nearly crack this crocodile's jaw as you like push your arm out, and it is forced to let it go of its grip and starts to slide back down into the water, kind of making uncomfortable opening and closing its mouth motions. But
Alright.
I believe
What does it
that's
take?
an
What
action.
kind of action does it take to do that?
I believe trying to escape is an action.
Alright, so I
I have
only have
to
a
have
move and bonus action left.
It is your whole action. Yes.
You have
My whole
your
action.
whole
Can I take a
movement.
bonus action?
Yes.
Okay, you take a bonus action to activate my armor,
Cool.
my defensive field, and get 5 temporary hit points.
Cool.
And that'll be my turn.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Zeke.
Okay. I don't like this situation. I'm
don't
in
think-
danger.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
Um,
think anybody likes the situation.
I'm gonna rely on my good old trusty chaos, and I'm gonna. Oh, I'm not gonna go full chaos. I'm gonna go normal chaos.
Chaos. Bull.
I'm gonna shoot.
Always go full chaos.
Look, if I sink the boats, you'll regret it.
I can swim.
No. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt at this guy. I will, however, spend. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna spend 1 sorcery point to twin it, and cast a second Chaos Bolt at this guy that is attacking Alba.
Cool.
So against the one on top, on the north, the top. It's a whiff.
Well, yeah.
And then against the one with next to Alba.
Nice.
Oh boy.
It bounces. Let's go. Double fives. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wait a second. 17. This one dies.
It takes
Alright.
20 points of lightning damage, and then I'll have it bounce back to this guy over there.
Cool.
Boop.
That was it?
It doesn't bounce again. It deals psychic damage. 16 points of psychic damage.
Hurt his poor little boy.
I'm gonna.
His intelligence is 2 brain.
That being said, I'm gonna. Actually, no, I don't want to rock the boat. I'm good. I'm staying put. I am gonna,
Literally
however,
or figuratively?
both. I am I'm gonna try and telekinesis shove this crocodile next to Snapjaw. They need to
Cool.
make a strength
Um,
save.
Will be also pushing and shoving Snapjaw because they do have grapple on him.
Oh.
Just so you're aware.
Fun fact: forced movement breaks grapple.
You will not push and Snapjaw. Correction.
I would be shoving.
That's how we got out of that
the
weird thing
the
early
roper.
in.
Roper.
Yeah.
Shoving the roper or myself. It was a really weird mechanic. But yeah, I'm shoving the crocodile away.
Cool.
It needs to
They
make
have
a
to make a.
DC 15 strength save.
They will save.
Okay, then nothing happens, and that's my turn.
Cool. Then it is Rigus.
So I'm gonna kind of see that this one below me has died, and during the time that Z and Alba have done their turns, I'll get really low to the boat and kind of sneakily get to like here.
Crawl
and then I'm
under
gonna
the benches and pop up.
yeah, and I'm gonna pop up and attempt to sneak attack this guy right here.
Yeah,
with the
you'll
short
get
sword.
it just by happiness of Haskell being there.
Fuck me.
But unfortunately, 11 won't hit.
Yeah. Useless.
But Rigus, you're still a little scattered, and so you're like, okay, I can do this, and then you pop up and you misjudged where its face would be because it had moved a little, and so you just kind of chip the side of the canoe. But you should have a bonus action attack.
Yeah,
If you're holding both short swords.
I was gonna say if she's dual wielding, yeah.
So again.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Thank
That one
you.
will hit. And you will kill it as you regain where it is and you just and stab it straight through the skull.
Oh, and that's my turn.
Sick.
I'll Haskell, are you okay if I move a little bit closer to this guy?
Haskell gives an indication that he does not care.
Cool. And I'm gonna like go here and then like be as flush with the hiding inside of the boat as I can.
So you are still crouched.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you all can feel your boats rocking with the force of crocodiles lunging up and hitting the sides of the boat. First, you will see this crocodile pull backwards and then disappear under the water with Snapjaw.
Oh.
No. Bitch.
The crocodile next to Eli might be dumb, but it has animal instincts and knows it will die if it stays here. So, Eli, if you have the ability to, you can make an opportunity attack as it's going to pull off the side of the boat and try to escape underwater.
Nope.
Cool. Groshek is having fun in a tree. You're not mine to control. But they are dumb enough to not realize they'll probably die if they attempt. So they're going to swim up. And they're gonna swim up.
But are they smart enough to go, ooh, meal?
True.
If their motivation is hunger anyways.
Yeah. This is true.
Also pre-cooked.
Yeah, man.
To be fair, crocodiles like stinkier things.
Yeah. Yeah. They are going to probably move in that direction of their former companions. And you see this one, grab onto this one, and it used all its movement to get there, I believe. Oh, it has a little bit, but it'll start to sink, like, pull it backwards in this direction, and sink underwater at the same
Probably
time.
out of sight, because you said we could only see like a foot down, so.
And this guy can do the same. We can go through. I'm just gonna leave them there, but they're gone. Initiative. If anyone has anything they'd like to do, at least until I figure out what happens to Snapjaw.
Yes, I have
I
something.
mean, I think we all know what happens to Snapjaw.
Well, Snapshot did survive one of my fireballs.
Maybe he'll survive a second one.
Oh
Maybe
boy.
he can survive the second one.
God damn, Izzy.
Have you ever seen an explosion go underwater, go off underwater?
You see where
Pascal,
Snapjaw
Yes.
and his lizard are.
No, you just saw them disappear beside the boat, underwater.
Pascal leaps out of the boat, is underwater fully, just fully submerged, and he's going to try to follow the probable trail of blood he can sense.
Yeah, you follow. I think getting there is going to
That's
take
one
you
movement, yep.
Getting there and then going down is going to cost you your action.
Going down? Well, because I can. So I was. Where was I?
Here. One down and to the right from...
Yeah, cause I can just jump, go underwater, like in a diagonal kind of thing. So that should just be
Then,
one movement.
Yeah, you should be fine. Yes. As you swim underwater, it's still very hard to see, but you're very close when you are able to see Snapjaw, who is still caught in this crocodile's jaws, and the crocodile seems to be shaking him around underwater.
Okay. As Haskell's bonus action, how far underwater is he?
You are like 20 feet in the water.
Okay. And how far away? Oh, I'm right next to it.
You have to get real close to see things under here.
Yeah. No, it's probably not worth doing electricity. Actually, wait 1 second. No, it's when it happens. Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna just fucking bite and scratch this thing.
Hit. No, hit. So, 7, 8, 15. A boop. You do it. You bite and scratch him. And he don't like it. But he do got his jaws full of lizard folk, so you can't do much about it. And as your turn passes, I already rolled it, because I wasn't sure if people were gonna do anything. Snapjaw, thankfully, is a lizard folk, and can breathe underwater.
Well, not breathe, but yes. We can hold it for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Is able to seem to have been able to not inhale a bunch of murky swamp water. And with your help, Pascal, having distracted a crocodile, he is able to kick and pull himself out of this crocodile's jaws. And starts swimming up as this crocodile doesn't look too keen to stick around with you. Even if you're tiny, you did just bring it from full health to little health.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I am in the process of gutting it, and it doesn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
Uh,
So again, does anyone have anything else to do? The plans for this crocodile is to swim away. See? You know your friends are down there.
Yep.
For the record.
I mean, Snapjaw could have made it up.
Yeah, Snapjaw would have popped up above the water.
So
But Haskell is still
So what's going on with the crocodiles at either end of the boat? That
they're gone.
okay.
As did the-
Thank you. And I can't see the croc next to Snapjaw and
No.
okay, because it's underwater. Okay.
Yes.
A snap. I can see now Snapjaw, who's like at surface
Yeah.
level. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sort of call out to Snapjaw and just like, I'm gonna pull you up, brace for it, and I'm gonna telekinesis pull him into the
Mm-hmm.
boat. He can choose to willingly fail the save against
Mhm.
it.
He will, but you see him flail in surprise.
adorable.
Like he's getting pulled by his leg instead of from the scuff of his neck. Like when you're playing like Quap or I Am Toast, and you see them
Uh-huh.
just flying over.
Pull Snapjaw up, the boat rocks
Ragdolls.
again, with his weight falling into the canoe.
Um, if a spell says a creature within range but doesn't specify line of sight, do we still need to see it?
You would have
I
to
don't
see the
think-
creature to
Okay.
be able to know there's a creature there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
You could hypothetically to hear it. You could maybe twist it.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, yeah. As long as you can sense the creature, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah.
um, I guess I'll prepare an action to cast Mind Sliver at at another crocodile if I can see them surface or if they show up.
Mhm.
But that's gonna be my turn. No.
Uh,
That's not even my turn. Because it's not my turn.
Yeah.
It would be Alba's. But yeah, that's all that I would.
I
be
mean,
doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am playing this loosey
Yeah.
goosey.
Yeah.
If people do anything they want to do,
Yeah.
they don't have to do anything.
Just pull. Just
Alba,
snapshot
if you
it
do
out.
have something, then you can.
I mean, she's not immediately going to do anything. She's going to wait to see if Haskell comes back up,
Mhm.
and then yeah, that's basically going to be her turn. And once things
Uh,
calm down, I'm going to ask for some healing.
Mhm. And Frigus, I don't know if you have anything you want to or can do.
No. I guess there's not anything that I can do to the last crocodile, but I will at least kind of like do my best to kind of look around to see if there's anything else.
Mhm.
Because we're so focused on killing all the rest of them that I want to make sure that we're not like getting surprised by anything else.
I will say, you should have gotten an opportunity attack on this. If you would
Okay.
like to.
Gimme. Yeah. Fuck that
He
guy.
hurts. And then he
Um,
disappears underwater.
Bye.
But Haskell, as you are underwater, you see the crocodile gives you a stink eye, and then is going to turn around in the water and start trying to swim in the other direction. You will also get an opportunity attack.
Haskell is going to take it.
Cool.
Nice.
You kill him as
Hell
he
yeah.
tries to turn tail and run, and you grab him by the tail and do the last bit of damage that and just start sinking down in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Haskell would pop back up out of the water.
Yep.
And after a few rounds, you would see no more crocodiles show up.
Administering first aid to Snapjaw.
Alright,
Snapjaw.
swap with me, Eli. Come on. I'll take the rear of the boat. Careful, careful.
I was going to not take it, and then I read Haskell's flaw of it's nature's way that the strong thrive and the weak perish.
Oh.
And you're like, well, looks like you gotta die.
Yeah, fucking basically. Actually, Haskell wouldn't go up in the boat because he would want to go get Groshax.
Mm-hmm. He'll call Groshax
I will
down.
move from the boat closer and ask Eli for some potions.
Of course. So I have 10. I'll give.
Okay.
Alba probably could use 1, and I think Snapjaw might need 2. So I'll drop 3. They are 2d4 plus 2 each. So I will do
4 plus 2.
this. Okay, so you heal 9, and then Snapjaw heals 14. How's that?
Awesome. I'm one off full.
Hell yeah.
It's
Close
full.
enough to perfect, at least.
Good enough. I have 5 temporary hit points still, so
Better than perfect, technically.
technically yes.
Excuse me.
Those don't go away, I just realised.
Nice.
Wait, they don't?
What doesn't?
For probably his source, I imagine.
Oh.
I can do that.
Nice.
The two boats bonk.
Haskell, with enough coaxing, you would be able to get Groshax down the tree. You have worked with Groshax now for like 2 months, so
Mhm.
I assume you would.
Haskell would have
an
trained
idea of
him.
how to do it. Yeah, and trained him. He is now your good friend, Groshax. I believe you have control over his token.
Yes,
if
I
you
do.
need it.
That's how I moved him over there, yeah.
Yeah, this is correct. But yeah, after you all resituate yourselves, heal up from the crocodile, take a breather. Snapjaw would start leading you in the correct direction again. You continue on your way through the mirror of dead men. Night would come once again while you're still out on the water. And at you all are sort of trying your best to settle down. You see Snapjaw kind of takes up the end of the boat and curls up into a little ball at sort of underneath the lip of the canoe, and makes that his spot. And while y'all are
Sweet
trying
baby
your best
angel.
to settle down, you all would see at some point swaying like lanterns, little lights over the water at some point, sort of leading off into the mirror. Excuse me.
None of that.
You could go follow them if you wanted. Well, that's a good idea or not. It's up to you. But you see them.
See what
I
exactly?
mean,
Hey,
Little
feels like a
lights
bad idea.
in the fog,
Oh,
sort of
okay.
swaying like
Do-
lanterns.
do they look
Eli-
like will-o-wisps? Maybe?
Eli's
Maybe.
glowing eyes sort of just like allow him to blink in Morse code. He just says hello repeatedly in Morse code.
The little lights don't
Nice.
respond to you, Eli.
Oh, they don't want to be friends.
But there's a good chance these are will-o-wisps. Um, but the night will pass relatively peacefully on the water. Snapjaw would wake you all up a little. That's kind of like we should leave as soon as possible and get off the water. But you'd all get full rest in. Whether or not Z can sleep again, your thing. Wait, what day is it? When are you having your dream? It's gotta be at some point while you're in this swamp.
I would have had my dream the night that we would have spent at the house, the roadhouse, but I didn't sleep
Yeah.
because I would have had my dream.
Right. Okay.
And then we went into the Mirror of
Fire.
Dead Men. I'm like, I'm not sleeping here. Too many nightmares.
Mm-hmm. Um.
So this would be
And
the second day without the dream, I guess.
yeah.
Oh, Boise. Why are you having nightmares? I feel like I'm missing things.
So we're spending a full night here, right? What I'm hearing.
Yes, you are
Okay.
spending a full night on the water. So you would all with long breaths.
Could Haskell try to find sleeping herbs here?
There's not much land to find it on.
Yeah.
It would be a harder task if there is more. If there's different herbs further out into the swamp, it'd be even harder.
Haskell
probably.
would try because he knows Z isn't sleeping.
Did you say
Uh-huh.
sleepy herbs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I heard sleepy burbs, and I was just confused.
I mean, Haskell would eat them.
Give me a survival check.
Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammy. That's whammy. That's a
That's a
whammy.
whammy.
That's a whammy. You don't find
A little
any.
bit of a whammy.
Only I had advantage. Then it would have been big money.
um.
Haskell is
Unfortunately,
convinced this swamp holds no medicinal herbs of any kind.
this place don't want you to be happy at all. Never.
Uh-huh.
Sounds about
Um.
right.
But you guys set out again in the morning. And it's like probably afternoon when you see the land around you starts to slowly dry out again. You start seeing more patches of land. And at some point, Snapjaw turns to you guys and kind of like it says to you, "We are going to pass through a guard post. Just let me talk to them."
Fine.
Gee.
And continues to lead you to the swamp. And at some point, you guys do see a group of 6 lizard folk posted at a little patch of land. And as you guys get closer, Snapjaw gestures for Alba to slow down and slows down the canoe and sort of basically stops next to them. And the lizard folk look at you all and look at Snapjaw, and they seem to clearly know each other. And they say, "Who is this?" And Snapjaw looks back at you all, and he looks like he's thinking. And he doesn't respond for a moment before he turns back to the rest of the lizard folk.
Eli waves. Hello.
And he says, "These are cultists coming to join the others at the castle." And the other lizard folk kind of look amongst each other, but nod, and seem to accept the story without question, and don't stop you as Snapjaw goes to keep rowing.
I guess
and
that's
you are
right.
continuing on Snapjaw? Or the guard?
Snapjaw and the lizards in general, they
The
screw
guards
us
want
over.
that bullshit.
Yeah, sure,
Give
give
me
me
insight. Well, it was worth a shot.
It's hard to read lizard folk. Even though you've
Don't
been
understand
traveling
lizard
with
folk.
Haskell, it's hard to read lizard folk.
Haskell certainly
don't-
doesn't
they
help
don't-
because
they
he
don't-
plays dumb anyways.
They don't emotion the same way as people
They
would
generally
like,
don't
humanoid faces.
emotion in general.
Don't
Yeah.
emotion the same way as people.
Yeah. And the rain slowly starts to let up as you are continuing through the mirror. And you see the foliage start to open up like above you a little. And suddenly, as you kind of like turn a corner, you see this huge stone castle rising out of the swamp. One second. I will change this so you can see at least some of it. Boop.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, that's cool.
Ominous.
On the shore.
I see nothing.
It's on
It's
the.
in the mirror.
Can you see the splash page? I assume you can see the splash page. Scroll up to the art part and there's a.
Sorry, I just saw it like literally flash, and then I thought it went away, so I thought there's something wrong.
No, I
Okay.
can also share the actual picture. So you
No,
can see the full-
you good. I can see it.
I'll do that after. But you see on the shore as you approach, there's several other of these canoes wedged into the mud, and Snapjug guides you all in that direction. And as you get closer, you can see the castle is surrounded by a deep moat. On one side, there's a pen with several giant lizards pacing inside. And it's flanked by many, honestly, beautifully crafted reed longhouses. And Haskell, you'd probably recognize this as the work of lizard folk who have taught themselves how to live in marshes. And in front of the longhouses sits a group of lizard folk in like a circle, and they have their heads bowed and their hands raised or like clasped with one another's, and it sounds like you can't really make out what they're saying, but from this distance they're definitely like chanting or speaking something together.
Yeah.
And to the other side of the castle are a bunch of reed huts, which are very small and they're sinking into the mud. And among them, you can see a bunch of giant frogs hopping between the huts. In front of the castle, you can see a group of bullywugs. You saw bullywugs briefly on your way to the roadhouse. They are the little weird frogmen. And they are dragging someone through the mud and towards the like reed huts that are sinking in mud. And the person they're dragging are wearing what supposed to used to been white cultist robes. And as they're being dragged, they're kind of like thrashing to no avail, and you hear them saying, "I'm a cultist. Let me go, you stupid beast!" And like trying to get out of the grip of these frogs. And you see Snapchat pay literally zero mind to any of this. As he parks his boat and helps Elba, you get it stuck in the mud enough that it won't get away. And will climb out and start forward through the ground towards the castle. And kind of pause and look at you all and wait, see if you wish to follow.
I mean, he's our guide.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, but he's our guide right now.
You can throw him pretty far though.
Haskell will
You sure?
like, walk
You sure I can?
alongside Snapjaw.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I will point out probably like anyone who can see Z, he looks like he's drunk as he's walking. Like his steps are incredibly uneven, and wobbly. That's a little narrator.
Narrator.
You'll just
Oh,
see
there you
Frigus walk up to Z and because fellow tiefling, and just kind of like walk next to him, be like, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. We just need to finish this so I can get out of here and get some proper rest. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
And I'll just kind of like stand like shoulder to shoulder. How tall is Z?
Not very tall. 5'4", 5'4".
Okay, taller
5'4".
than me. Yeah, I'll just kind of go shoulder to shoulder, and just so that like if he gets too wobbly, that I can kind of help keep him on the path.
Just a reminder, how tall is Frigus?
5 foot.
5 foot. Oh wow. 5
Yeah.
foot on the dot. Okay.
A party of hobbits.
Shut up.
And then you have Heskel just towering.
Yeah, you have Haskell and
Eli.
Eli just
Eli is
fucking.
Eli is very deceptive because his hat is part of his body, so his height. Technically,
he looks like he's over 7 foot tall, but he's only
Damn.
6'9".
Oh,
No.
yeah,
Eli,
of course.
Haskell, and their 3 children.
No, it's the other way around. Like Eli looks like he's 6'4" with a hat, but he's technically 7 foot.
Wait, your hat is like what?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Wait, never mind.
Eli is 6'9", but his hat is part of his body. So he's actually he actually looks like he's 7 whatever feet tall.
Yeah.
His hat is essentially his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Extra space for brain.
Yes. Biggest brain.
Biggest brain.
Yeah. Snapjaw starts leading you towards the doors of the castle. And you guys almost passed by like cultists who's being dragged through the mud by these frog people. But they don't pay mind to you because they're a little busy at the moment. And you pass by those lizard folk who are chanting. They're chanting in Draconic. And if you were to tune in, it's very much something about oh great Black Death, free us from this prison of bullywugs and soft skins. And it's clear that most other people in this area can't really understand. They're just doing it very to appease whoever. And Snapjaw leads you to the main doors, and as you go to step in, Snapjaw in the lead, you see a big group of bullywugs sitting in the entry area. You see them kind of look up, and they're sitting in mud covered, like the stone floor is covered in mud. And you see their wooden planks laid from the
But before you have the bullywugs actually speak, because I'm assuming that they can speak, can you be very, very obvious in that they have a French accent?
Well, I'm not very. I don't think I can talk in a French accent.
but also ribbit sometimes.
Ollie, how can you not do that on the spot?
Come on.
Oui, I am a frog.
Ribbit. Oh, just
that was beautiful. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I hate it already.
No,
but go ahead, Ollie.
Yeah, you see all these bullywugs, and you see Snapjaw, and Haskell. I think I've mentioned this before. Lizard folks and bullywugs don't get along ever. And you see Snapjaw giving him a huge stink guy, and looks like he does not want to interact with them. But you see one of the bullywugs kind of like hops up to its 2 back feet, and kind of waddles over to you guys, and at first makes frog noises at you. And when it's clear you don't understand, kind of like looks at you, and looks at Snapjaw, and says, uh, "Who are these people?" It's like Snapjaw looks at the bullywug, and she just says, "Cultists." Like the bullywugs look at Snapjaw, and then look at you, and choose to ignore Snapjaw, and look at you guys again, and say, "What are you doing? What?"
Um,
So, just to be clear, the toad is
They're also
asking.
ignoring Pascal for the record.
Yes, they're
Okay.
ignoring the lizard folk.
Yeah, and they're asking us directly. Okay.
Are you a toad
In-
or a frog?
I am a bullywug.
so the answer is yes.
Okay.
Alright, I'm too tired to
I'm
deal with
Eli.
this.
I don't know why we're here, everybody. Help me.
um,
In character and out of character.
um, I'll look the bullywug and get like, I'm too tired to deal with this. We're here for the cult. Here to help. Sent us from the house about joining properly something or other.
Bullywug kind of look amongst each other, and despite you giving like the same answer Snapjaw gave him, they all kind of like nod, and then the bullywug steps back and goes back to laying in the mud. And Snapjaw is able to keep walking through this area, and you see them kind of like kick up some mud at Snapjaw and Haskell. But he
Haskell flicks his tail back at them to like also flick mud at them.
they look
Yeah.
so offended.
How dare you?
And
Like
you see them
he doesn't even like Haskell doesn't personally look back. He just does it. Like as soon as he feels it, he just
Uh-huh.
does it.
And whoever can is watching. You see the bullywug kind of like scramble back and kind of like stare at Haskell. And you see them look amongst each other and start making frog noises at each other that none of you can understand. And Snapjaw leads you up a set of stairs into a very similar looking room, just like above you. And leads you through a long causeway that opens up at the top, and then into the main part of the castle, where as you turn into the center area, you see a lizard folk sitting nearby, and you see a few cultists standing in the corner speaking with one another. One of them has those weird dragon masks that show them as symbolic as a dragon claw. And you see, you think it'd be poor planning on their part, but you see these cultists have both white and black robes.
Oh my god.
And most of the white robes are like stained on the bottom now. They're so small. And
Idiot.
you see a bullywug is kind of hanging out, and most strangely, and it probably disturbs you the most, Haskell. You don't see Snapjaw look, but you see a lizard folk hunched over in a corner. Their skin, it looks like they are maybe albino, but you see their eyes are like super glazed over, and their mouth is kind of hanging open, and it is not natural. You can tell they're alive, but whatever's happened to this lizard folk is not right.
Yeah, I mean, Haskell will like when they're not like directly next to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Haskell will ask Snapjaw like, what is wrong with the? It's white. It's just full on white. With with the white one, he'd call it.
Mm-hmm. Snapjaw glances over towards them and kind of like grunts, disgruntledly. Looks at you and he says, the cultists have taken to experiments on us. He kind of just ducks his head, and keeps going. And at one point, you all see a familiar figure. As you're just about to turn into a room that Snapjaw's leading you into, you see step out of a different room the red wizard who was in the caravan with you heading up north this way. Asvara. Except now he's not wearing that wool cap. And you can see his fully tattooed bald head. And he's now wearing red wizard robes. I think I've.
We have him with her.
Yeah, this one. And he, as you guys are turning, you see him, and he looks over and sees you. But he just kind of he looks over at you and clearly acknowledges you, and it's a little hard to read him, but he looks intrigued, and then just turns and continues doing what he was doing.
Eli waves.
He does not wave back.
Just like with the fingers, like hello.
But Snapjaw will lead you into a room. It's relatively small, but as soon as you step in, you see 6 more lizard folk there. And you see a large forge dominating like the center of this chamber, which is pleasantly warm. And you see again these 6 lizard folk are kind of like working around the forge, but they don't see accomplishing much. And you see like other things like the blacksmith trade scattered through the room, and many barely poorly made metal items are heaped in a corner. The lizard folk kind of stop and look towards you as you enter. Look at Snapjaw, who looks at you all and says, these are allies? He definitely sounds like it's a question. And he says, they can help us be free again. And the lizard folk kind of just look hesitantly amongst each other. You can't tell if Snapjaw's alone in this idea, or these lizard folk have been introduced in on this idea. But they kind of like look hesitantly amongst each other. And then one of them, probably only Haskell can recognize that it's a female lizard folk, because they all kind of look the same.
Yep.
Says, we should discuss this with more of our people, Snapjaw. And he looks at her and back at you guys, and says, tonight, you, and looks at you guys and says, you, come back here if you leave this area tonight. And the other lizard folk seem like they're like, yeah, okay, tonight.
Okay.
They go back to doing the thing.
Eskel will look at Snapjaw
Mhm.
and well, no, he wouldn't show that he's like troubled. He would just like look to Snapjaw and say, "Can you bring the white one somewhere safe?"
Snapjaw kind of he looks at you and he says, there are more than one of them. They do not seem to think by themselves anymore.
All white?
He don't.
Hmm. For context, the lizard folk god Samwania, their herald is an albino lizard folk.
Okay.
Yeah. So Haskell's like really fucked up that these things are like
Mm-hmm.
essentially abominations.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of sounds like they're trying to create a herald. Because they were experiments, right? So it's like they're trying to create this individual and failing.
Haskell just like shakes his head and shrugs.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Should we? Are we gonna wait for meeting then? Is that the plan? Or are we waiting till tonight?
I think so.
Hey, so real talk. I joined you all. But if y'all could brief me on the plan, that'd be cool.
Right. Long story short, you know who the Dragon Cult is, right?
Sure
Good
do.
on that? Okay. We know that this right here is essentially one of their holds. Been gathering gold. We still don't gold and valuables. Still don't know what for. But they have enlisted the help of one dragon. There might be also another dragon village here. Long story short, we want to stop them. And the process, free the lizard folk. There's gonna be a lot of fighting.
Huh? Okay.
That about sums it up, right, guys? Have I missed anything
Roger.
important?
Pretty much. We've been tracking them to this location. Now we need to. How are we gonna stop them?
Were you by chance tracking a caravan of them traveling?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You just see Frigus just like noted on the same almost same mission. Got it. Uh-huh. Different reason, same mission.
Um, good to, good to know at least so far you're still on board. Okay. I'm gonna find a corner of this room and I'm gonna lie down, try and get some sleep. I feel like I might die if I don't. My head is killing me. Eli, can you look over me for while I sleep?
You got it, boss.
What was that, Lolly?
As you say that, Snapjaw's still standing nearby and he kind of looks at you, and like, says, there are beds in there, and points, to a door, the other door in this room, off of the forge.
Alright, thanks. You wouldn't happen to have some alcohol on you.
Lizard kind of like looks at you, and
Would you like
kind
wine
of
or beer?
shakes his head no.
Oh, I forgot about the dispensing object thing. Give me a beer.
You got it, boss. And he's just gonna basically pee beer.
Out of character.
Like inside of his chest, there's just gonna be a little, like a one of the taps, and he's just gonna. Yep.
Just grab the tankard of beer, walk towards the beds, and like.
Out of character,
Yep.
why is this actually Vosen in real life sometimes?
Oh. Touche. But yeah,
So a beer would be really good right now.
Yeah,
if I'm being
honestly.
honest.
and it is now that everyone at the table would stop to drink beer. Yeah, but like
Hell yeah.
I'm chugging down the beer, passing the tankard back to Eli, and then just like flopping onto the bed face first.
Would you like another?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. He just sort of like rotates the insides of his body around, and like the tap goes away, and it's back to like vials for potions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you go into the other room that Snapjob pointed you in, you and Eli, you see a bunch more lizard folk in here. You see more of those white ones, like in the corner again. There's 3 of them. And the lizard folk seem to have gathered close to like the door near the forge, probably eating up the warmth that's coming off of it. But there are a few like reed mats that are free that you can flop down in. The lizard folk kind of glance at you, don't say anything, as the 2 of you make your ways inside. Everyone else has a few hours to do whatever.
We'll say
But yes,
I probably like, since I'm further away from the warmth, I'm probably like wrapping myself up with my wings so it looks like a cocoon. A weird cocoon, like fetal position, and then the wings are. That's about it.
Mhm.
But yeah, everyone else has like a few hours until sunset at least. Whatever you wish to do, whether stay put or go poke around, see if you can find anything.
Eli's
go,
kind of a
let's
stay
go.
put until told to do otherwise kind of guy. So he's just gonna kind of stand in the room where Z is basically blacked out.
Alba, you could help my
You know.
lizard folk friends with forging.
They kind of are just like
Alba looks at the
clanging
pile
hammers
of
against
shit
metal.
metal items. Is like, I can't perform miracles.
Yeah, you see,
Damn.
Silly.
they seem to have an idea in mind, but all of them just kind of have metal, and then they like stick it into the fire, and then just start banging on it, and then look at it for a few seconds, stick it back in the fire.
Oh,
They're trying
boy.
their best.
You're doing so great, sweetie.
It's like a group of children pretending to forge.
Be strong for mother, Terrence. Be strong for mother.
I have something I want
Terrence.
to do, but Alba's looking around right now. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alba, Haskell's gonna go do something freakish. I don't know if you want to tag along with Alba or do something else, which is why I'm asking.
Sure, I'll tag along. I don't have anything of importance at the moment that I need to do.
Are you 2 going out in your normal clothes, or are you putting on cultist robes?
Cultist ropes.
Yeah. Yeah, probably should do that.
Oh,
Look the part.
cool. Then how about this? I will move you to the map so you can look around.
Ooh. concern.
Or I'll move you to the map as you look around her room. How about that? I don't know if the dynamic is set up on this. It is. I thought so. It just looks weird. But yeah, you exit the forge. And you can see I believe everyone has sight on the camera cat. Put it down.
Camera cat.
I need to grab Heidi's token. But, oh, got Heidi's token on this map. I will say you'll have to excuse the quality of this map, because I decorated it myself.
Oh.
It was ugly.
What?
There's quite a few
That's
maps.
like backwards of what
in
you
it.
should be saying. You should be like, check out how awesome I decorated this map.
It's like a lot of the maps in this book are just completely blank. Like there's none in the rooms, and so I just like went in and decorated them all.
Pause, champ.
Okay. Need to turn down the overlay because all I can see is wizard book tokens. There we go. There's also stairs leading up in the room you're going to be stand up if you prefer to go upstairs, but you are on the first floor now. Wait. Coffee. Coffee. Thank you. Put the tokens in the right spot. Hey. Should have sight. You don't. Tell me, Heidi. Yep. Oh. Now there's a cat. Okay. Should be all right. As you step out of the room, you can see this main area. You saw Asbara leave this room. And you can't see. Should be open. You have vision. Are you?
Or like to the right and down.
I have a completely dark screen.
Oh.
Strange.
Sad.
1 second. Not sure why that is.
I could see the arrow that you were just doing a moment ago, but I can't see anything there.
Can you see out of this cat?
I see.
Okay. I'll go get your token again and see if I can fix it. But
This is a big area.
My token's there, but I'm actually only seeing out of the cat as well.
strange.
Are we on a weird layer?
Alright, my token seems to be working now.
I'll just.
Because I can't even touch my token either.
I'll just copy and paste your tokens back in. Brand new. Bro, I can't shift click. What the fuck? Yeah. I did put these down quite a long time ago. I'm gonna put them up there. So.
Mine doesn't work then, I think, because we changed up my token.
Token. Can you touch it, Tucker?
Yes, because now it's the flippable one.
Yeah, but Dale's wasn't working either, so I assume it was something.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, this is what you see as you step out of the room. To reiterate, you saw a bar coming out of this door, which is now closed. And the white lizard folk that you guys saw is over here.
Right.
Huh.
Which way was the entrance? Like, which way did we come in?
You came in this way.
Right. Okay. I mean, let's have a look. Let's have a poke around, shall we?
Sure.
Did we see? Actually, I'll just ask. But did we see any entrances on the way in? Doesn't look like it.
No, it was just the main
Okay.
entrance across the moat, and then you came upstairs.
Okay. I wouldn't have gone that way then. Where are we? What is that?
Who's hot?
Those
That's
lizard dog
that's one of those
things, right?
dragon dogs. Yeah, the drakes.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I'll just open this door and take a peek.
Okay. By the way, Tucker, message me what you want to do.
Okay.
Oh, I just know. Yeah, you open the door, you look in. As you do, you see these bullywugs eyeing you. As soon as you open the door, they like eye you suspiciously. That was probably once tidy barracks and is now largely empty of furniture and turned into mud, and this place stinks. As soon as you open the door, it stinks.
Alright. Alba will nod, sort of nod at the bullywugs and then close the door.
Cool.
You.
Yeah, she was telling me that's disgusting.
What's over here? Door number 2.
You open door number 2.
Oh.
And you see a wooden statue of what can only be Tiamat. Uh, crafted by someone. But it her visage, like her features, bears a stronger resemblance to lizard folk than it does to dragons. And this seems to have once been, or is still, a sort of chapel-like room. And then you can see into the room behind it is a looks like there's a bunch of trash piled up in that room with that white lizard folk who is behind it. And you can only see a little bit of the next room. Yes, that one. Only a little bit into this room, but it seems to be empty.
Go and examine this statue a little.
Mm-hmm.
And also, one of the white lizard folk over here.
Yeah, he
Anything
doesn't
else?
seem to respond to you at all. But yeah, give me
friendly.
an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. One that I'm decent at. In fact.
Yeah. You examine it. It seems to be pretty well crafted. But as you kind of like put a hand on it, and run your hands over it, your fingers catch on something underneath the black dragon head, and you're able to pull out a compartment, and inside is a dagger.
A dagger. Does it look like unusual in any way, or is it just a perfectly normal dagger?
It doesn't look. It looks at the very least expensive. It has like a
Alright,
curved
one
blade.
moment.
Um,
I check. Add it to the spell list of your spellcaster. Okay, that's not. Sorry, I'm trying. I know I have like racial abilities that let me cast spells, so I want to make sure I can see if there's anything I can do with them before I do anything else.
While Alba's doing that, can I just kind of like look over in this area and see what they're doing, just kind of before I enter the room?
which area?
The over here, where in the open, where some of the
Ah,
cultists are, and ye.
Yeah, you see them standing by this door, and they seem to be having some sort of conversation. They haven't either noticed you yet or taken particular notice to you yet. Um, and you see, it looks like maybe the guy in um, the mask might be giving them orders, because they're mostly listening rather than having a conversation.
Can I attempt to listen in?
Sure. It's not like you might have to take a few steps closer, but it's not too like loud in here. You hear quite a bit of chatter coming from the other side of the doors. Um, but you hear him talking about Drelmor asked us to move things to the downstairs level for easier access. Be careful though, because you know it's wet down there. And they like nod, and they look not enthused to be going downstairs. Um, and he says, uh, also be careful. Don't want to get involved. Kind of like lowers his voice and mutters something. But you see them look at the bullywug, and they nod. Then you see him just kind of open the door and step in, and the other two follow.
Okay. And then I'm gonna pop.
That was what I was looking for.
Seeing Alba has a dagger. Eyes get wide.
Could I cast detect magic on this thing? Oh well, it's on myself, I suppose. Technically.
Yeah. Cast detect magic. It'll detect it's magical.
Okay.
I believe. You'll have it up for as long as you don't lose concentration. You will have this up for 10 minutes. But yeah, you see the aura of magic around the dagger. It's definitely evocation. As
All
are
right.
most magical weapons.
It takes a while to actually identify what an item can do, right?
There's a
It's
separate identify spell.
yeah. It takes a short
Yeah.
rest or the identify spell.
I have the identify spell, I don't have it prepared, so won't be doing that today.
I will also.
But yeah, I'll pocket it for now and continue exploring. I'll
Yeah.
keep detect magic up as well.
Yeah. While you have detect magic up, for the record, as Frigga steps into the room, you'd be able to notice one of her swords also detects magic.
All right.
For the record.
Alba will make note of that, but won't say anything. Right. I guess keep exploring for now.
Yeah.
This is just the room adjacent to the kill thing.
Yeah. You step in. It looks like an archer's gallery. You could see arrows and stuff.
So they can fire out of the murder holes.
Yeah.
I think is actually the name for them, if I remember correctly. Let's continue poking around, I guess.
Cool.
I'm gonna kind of hover right where I'm at and kind of see if I can like peek around to figure out like what this guy do, what he doing.
He doing nothing. He's sitting there, staring. You see, at one point, he kind of moves his head a little, but doesn't really focus on you. Just kind of moves his head, looks around for a moment, shifts a little, but seems to be doing not much.
And I'm gonna boop
You
next to
open the
Alba.
door. It looks like again, there's just more reed mats here, and then the stairs lead up.
They go up or down, sorry.
Up.
I mean, we have a staircase. Let's
We
go up.
go up. Do you want me to try and scout ahead, or are we good?
I mean, there's no point in acting suspicious for now. If you get caught sneaking around, they'll think worse of you.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
It's
Just
so
act like we're supposed to
difficult.
be
It
here.
is my MO to be suspicious and sneaky.
Yeah, I see. If you just act like you're supposed to be here, they're not going to ask too many questions.
You'll see their posture change to try and fit in.
By the way, Ollie, when I took the dagger, I would have made sure to close the container thing that it was in.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
you
just
guys.
going to leave it open.
Yeah, you guys head upstairs. A boop, a boop,
A boop.
a boop. Wait a second. There. You guys head upstairs. As you go up the stairs and turn around the railing, you see this first room that you're standing in has a few crates and chests kind of up against walls. And you see, looking into the next room, is definitely what looks like a library. You see several, from where you're standing, you can see several cultists in there. And it looks like they're organizing books. And it's quite a lot of books. Like, the bookshelves you can see without entering the room are almost full. But that's where you can see.
Is there a way, can we see like what kinds of books or like some of the titles of the books?
Not from here.
Okay. Are they saying anything of importance?
They're mostly working and quiet. It, like I said, it looks like they're organizing books. You see, they have crates and chests, also like by their feet, and they're pulling books out of them and looking at them. And you see, occasionally they'll turn to one of the others and be like, "Hey, can you go put this over there?" As they shelve a bunch of books.
Note to self to go back and look at those books later. Alpha goes in.
Yeah, Elva, as you step in, are you wearing? I think you guys mostly only have the gray robes that you took from all the way back to Greenness. I believe.
Correct.
I think
we have
on...
one set of black robes.
Yeah, that's
But-
what I have, is the ones that
Okay.
Gira has.
Okay. He had
Yeah.
both. So you could have either taken the gray ones
Oh,
or
well then I would have asked the group like what they recommended, and then I would have grabbed the gray ones if that's what.
We
thought-
probably would have explained that gray are peons and black are like an actual station.
Yeah.
Then I would have grabbed the black ones. And if that's the case, I'm gonna go in too, because I'm gonna
It's even
pretend like I
further
know what I'm
helped
doing.
if you have that mask on.
Yeah, the mask
Mm,
that I
yeah.
have.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you too. Um,
You could
but
you
yeah,
could easily take it from me because I'm like sleeping and my bag was there, so you guys could have set up the
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Easy.
you step in, and they kind of turn to look, um, between the two of you. You see, um, they are wearing a mix of black and white, cultist robes. Um, and the one who's wearing very similar robes to you, Frigus, turns and stops and looks at you, and looks, you see behind the mask, they kind of furrow their brows a little. Um, uh, the woman behind the mask says, who are, who are you?
My name is Frigus.
Kind of like looks between the people, and she says, um, and you're, and I just don't think I've seen you around here before, and I haven't heard of us getting transferred. Redsmere's made it pretty clear that we are here to be here, and everyone else is needed elsewhere.
Yeah, the problem with dressing up as someone at a higher station is that you draw more suspicion.
I have regrets.
Yeah, as soon as
Why,
you
yeah.
said I do that one, I was like,
Listen, I just wanted to be ballsy. Just let me be
Yeah.
ballsy. God. Um.
I mean, that's why I didn't say anything about it. I was just like, we'll let
Yeah.
her do her decision.
Yeah. 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 Um.
Ah, you're on the wrong way.
Sorry, I'm like thinking. At the moment, I'm just gonna say, I had to take care of some some troublemakers that were trying to tail us, and we ended up being a little bit late to getting back here. But don't worry, I took care of them.
To give you a deception check, I'm gonna penalize you for all that stuttering.
That's fine. Hey.
Oof.
You see this woman narrows her eyes at you, and sort of gestures for the two of you to step inside. And looks like she's not gonna take no for an answer as she steps forward, um, and turns to one of the cultists, um, the one standing next to the two of you, and she says, "Sam, could you go get Drumore for me?" And they nod, um, and they step out and will turn and go down the stairs. Um, and the woman turns to you and kind of gives you a stiff smile, and she says, "I am sure you're here for the reasons you say you are, but I just, I'd wish to keep security, and it's just precaution. I'm sure you understand. It'll just be a moment."
Nope, I totally get it. If it helps, I can give you some more information about what I learned from the things that I gathered from those that have died. And I'll just like pull out like some like things that were on one of the people that are to believe to be past. I am not necessarily lying because I don't know the fate of this person.
Yeah.
But I did have some of their stuff.
Yes.
And I'll just kind of pull that out and I'll reveal it, and I'll just explain that we heard that there was a group that was trying to tail us, and we were able to get rid of one of them, and this is their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is it like, do you have, like, are you pulling out something, a possession of theirs? Or are you pulling out, like, something that would mark them as someone important? Or, like, a symbol of their faction? Or...
Yeah, I would have grabbed, like, a symbol to show that they, because when out of character, when things were going south, I would have been able to grab something of theirs to cover myself. And so I would show that.
Yeah. You pull it out, you explain this to the woman, who nods along, and says, of course, we wouldn't want anyone else following us here. I am glad you took care of them. And after a few minutes, you see the cultist from before come back up the stairs. And you see a man following behind him. He is elven. I believe, as I open his character art, he is elven. He has an eye patch.
Nice.
Both eyes work.
What a status symbol, bro.
Is his chest covered in daggers? Oh no, it's the back spine of a.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like armor. Yeah, it's the plating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Coming up the stairs after him, and the man who has been formerly addressed as Drellmore, will squeeze into the room, stand next to this cultist, and looks at you. And it's clear that he doesn't recognize you. He does not know you people. But he says, what can I do for you? And the Dragonwing, cultist turns to him as he steps next to her. And she says, I believe these are new cultists who have come to join us at the castle. I figured you would know of it since Resmir showed up a few days earlier. If we were expecting new people. They claim, and she brings out. Did you give her the stuff, or did you just show her?
I would have given it to her.
Yeah, she shows him the things that you gave her, and she says, they said they took care of a few nuisances on their way here, and they got held up from the rest of the group. And Drumore looks at the stuff. Give me one more deception check.
Come on. This is not gonna go well, guys. I'm so sorry if I fuck this up.
It's all good.
Oh, not bad.
You have a good story. As Drumore looks at the stuff and looks at you, and he gives you like a sickly sweet smile. And he says, and your name is
Pretty guess.
Regus. Nice to see you. I am sure you took care of these people, as you said. Resmir didn't mention anything to me, but, you know, as all travel through the mirror happens, I'm sure she assumed you died. And, like, hands the stuff back to the cultist and kind of, like, wipes his hands off on his, like, a spare piece of fabric. And he says, you should see Rosemere at some point. I'm sure she'd be happy to know that you are in fact not dead. Um, she's around. I'm sure you'll find her before she departs. But please, are you alone? You two? Look at both of you, so either you.
uh,
Dale is muted. For the record, in case Dale is unaware.
I'm gonna let Dale take that one.
This bitch.
To,
Oh, you get-
as a consideration, you are the higher up technically.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not actually going to make Dale answer the question. I'm just trying to decide
you're also
how
a
I want
better
to play
liar than
this.
me.
I just want to know how I want to play this because I don't want to necessarily like implicate the rest of us or rest of you in my bullshit.
Pascal has the perfect racial camouflage.
They don't know who the Wilson folk are. You're just another one.
I'm just gonna say that there's a few more of us. Wandering around somewhere. Back to their stations and whatnot.
Lovely. I am sure you will do your jobs here. I do wish to. Do you know what quarters you are staying at? I assume you know what quarters you're staying at, right? I ask only so I can check in with Resmir, and then if I need to, find you again.
Yeah.
He kind of like looks at you expectantly, like, continue? He kind of like.
I do a
You're
quick
like, yeah.
insight check really quick.
What do you want from this? What are you
I
looking
just
for?
when especially when they were just like, okay, I trust that you do your job. I'm trying to gauge whether or not, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how believable I am coming across to them and how concerned I should be.
It seems like he does genuinely have intentions to go speak with Resmir. Fregus, you don't know who that is. Alba, you would know. That's the big black dragon lady.
Yeah, I remember.
uh-huh. But it seems less that he doesn't that he fully doesn't believe you, more that he's just talking down to you. He's
Gotcha.
treating you as either lesser in position or lesser in general. You don't know this guy's official title, but
Right.
he seems to be regarding you as less than. And it's
Okay.
are you sure you can make it to your room?
Perfect. I am going to play into that severely and use that to my quote unquote advantage question mark. Since he believes me in what I've said, I'm going to allow him to speak down to me. In this moment, this is where my flaws come in. And I am channeling my flaw that I have, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, now that I think about it, I don't remember what quarters I'm at.
He kind of gives you a pity smile, and he says, oh well, I am sure after I speak with Resmir, she will tell me where you have to be. Don't worry, Miss Fregus. I am sure we can figure it out. You and your friend here. You got a 16 insight. Never mind. Yeah, he says that. And looks around the room and says, "No, I'm afraid I can't. I do not. I'm not. I think she is busy right now, but if you would allow me some time, I will go speak with her, and she can let me know where you're supposed to be, and I'll get it all sorted out for you. All right?"
Talking to me like I'm a child. I love it. Sounds good. I look forward to it.
Great. Just make sure you stick around. Where you can easily be found downstairs, or if you want to meet me up in my quarters, you just have to go in the center tower. I'm in the second floor room.
Uh-huh.
Yo, you
Uh-huh.
should totally fuck this dude to just get rid of any suspicion.
Uh-huh.
Yes, in the second floor room. You just have to go up the first flight of stairs, knock on the door, sometime later tonight.
Sounds good. Out of character, played a bard for like 2+ years, never seduced anybody, play a rogue, seduce first day. I love that. I love that for me.
Every class is slutty.
Yeah. And he nods to you and kind of once again like gives the cultist next to him like a little pat. Um,
Pepper your
and as
head.
he's passing back through the door, Alba, he nearly shoulder checks you as he passes through the door, but
Alba will
does
try
not
to
make a
like
big deal.
step out of his way.
I mean, this is probably the reason he misses. He like it
I
looks
assume
like
he's
he's in.
enough of a dick that he wouldn't have made any effort. Okay.
It seemed like he was when you were there. Based on the way he was moving, he could have probably slipped through. But it seemed like he was almost intentionally trying to just hit you a little on his way out. But you move
Assert
out of the way.
dominance.
He does not. And he leaves. Away to the unknown. Well,
That's one more
um,
to the list.
and this cultist steps back in. And they all kind of give you all looks. It seems like the lady who you first spoke to doesn't fully believe you still, but is not in a position to question it anymore. And so we'll move back to doing her job.
I'm gonna go this way. Oh no.
Back
Oh no.
downstairs?
I'm on the camera. Help me.
I'm
And
gonna
then
just follow my superior.
and then
Apparently.
as soon as we are away from everybody, I'm just gonna say to Alba, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, I know.
But maybe it worked.
Well, he said he was going to go talk to Resmir, which is bad.
Is it though?
She's the one in charge.
We'll be fine. And
Maybe.
and Alba gets the sense that that Frigus is more saying that to herself than to Alba. We'll be fine.
Yeah. As you guys move back downstairs, Pascal, you wish to go try and help the lizard folk.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think you can see now. So you're aware of the one that's like, if you move. Oop, I have the wrong thing clicked. And Pascal was to move like
Mm-hmm.
up and out and around that corner where that other lizard folk is. And that one.
You can see that one.
Yeah. You also saw Alba go through that door with Freakus.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a more isolated area,
Mm-hmm.
so he's gonna probably go for that one. Does this have a door that can close?
That room specifically, no, but you could
Okay.
close like the main door.
Okay. He probably would have. Then he would have seen the. Probably would have heard like murmur, 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 clunk, 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 clunk. Comes back for the interaction upstairs.
Uh huh. Yeah. Then yeah, you approach this lizard folk, who once again is sort of sitting. It's kind of sitting like a dog, with like its back legs outstretched and its front legs like, in between back legs or its front arms. Um, and as you approach and like kneel down in front of it, it kind of vacantly acknowledges you as you get so close. Like it looks up and it notices you, but it looks like there's very little acknowledgement otherwise, behind those glassy eyes.
Mm-hmm. Does it
I
seem like
have-
they're blind, like or hard
No.
of seeing? Okay, it's just that they're not entirely there.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, continue with what you were saying. Sorry.
I'm trying to find my notes on this. I thought it was in this one. But you can continue if you would like. I just need to find something.
I mean, yeah, Haskell would like kind of just do like a general medical examination and see how they like react to him touching and like moving them.
Mm-hmm. What did I do with that? What the hell?
What the hell?
What the hell? I assumed it would be in my notes for this episode, but apparently I put it elsewhere.
Resimir hasn't seen Haskell, right?
Resimir saw some of you?
Because I think it was when Haskell was looking at the cavern entrance, like doing the sort of lookout when we were passing ourselves off as being part of the cult, and Resmir was coming out of the main tent, having talked to Red Mage,
Asbar.
Asbara, yeah. I
don't
think
think they
he's...
acknowledged us at that time.
No, they
though.
didn't. But I'm pretty sure they saw us. Like, they have seen us in the past, as in they might be able to recognize us.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking, if anything, we're probably more like background details
Yeah.
that they probably completely glossed
Probably.
over.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If this matters,
Mm-hmm.
Haskell is going to do some bloodletting,
Mm-hmm.
so he will harm the creature.
Uh-huh. Okay. Alright. DP'd. Yeah. I'll run off what I remember from the top of my head. I'll find it like tomorrow. Yeah. You get close, and you start like touching this lizard folk and stuff. And it definitely seems to like flinch away from your touch.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem to like it, or it's just
It's
been
traumatized.
traumatized. Yeah. As you heard it,
hmm He'll go
You
for like a softer spot that's obviously easier for
Mhm.
knowing lizard folk anatomy.
Yeah, you know their anatomy. You like probably maybe like bring up its arm in like the same place you draw blood from a person and like the
The
arm
crook.
of their elbow. Um, and you bring out how do you do this?
He has a he has a dagger for like skinning and stuff. He would probably prick them. Actually, he has a needle. He'll use a needle.
Um, yeah, you prick them with the needle. And as soon as it like stings, it sort of violently tries to move back. And it looks like it will get like offensive if you try to keep approaching it further.
Mm-hmm. So he was only basically able to get a very teeny weeny amount of blood.
Yeah.
Okay. He has the tip of a needle covered in blood. He'll like back off and say some calming stuff in Draconic. Like go to the other side of the room.
Um, and as you back off and you step away, and you kind of like look down at what you did get. Are you like? Is it like? It's not like a syringe. It's just a needle.
No, yeah, it's like a needle.
Yeah. Um, you see whatever like came out of this is also white.
um, can I make an Arcana check since Haskell explicitly deals in blood magic?
Sure.
Okay, coolio. Wait a second. Yeah.
I'm going to give you advantage because it is blood magic. So with a 20, it's hard to confirm anything without getting like a closer look. But it seems like this thing does not want you to get a closer look.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a sense that this is not a lizard folk anymore. And as you think back on it, the places that you touched that weren't scales, which are still scales, they're still hard, and they're normal, but it seemed very soft as you touched it, as you think back on it.
Like the not scale parts were like squishy.
Yes.
Like very
Like,
squishy.
normal.
Like decaying squishy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And you get a sense that whatever this thing has been turned into, their whole being has been turned into. And as you like touch the little tiny bit of whatever this white blood is, it like stings your finger a little. And they've just been totally been turned into this thing where whatever white goop makes up their insides is seems to be maybe acidic. And it's turned them into this sort of catatonic, only reacting when other things probe it to react.
Interesting. But it only seems to go to violence against things that initiate violence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's extremely animalistic, like a frightened animal.
Haskell is going to toss food near it to see if it reacts to that. Like if it eventually picks up a scent and then eats it.
Mm-hmm. It notices it. It seems to take notice as something that interests it, but it seems more concerned with you than the food.
Okay. So like, as before, as opposed to before when I had initially entered the room, it was just completely unaware of me. But now that I've done something to it, it's like
Mm-hmm.
intent upon my presence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh. Hmm. Esco will just back off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as you back off, you sort of leave its line of sight. Um, and as you continue to watch it as you back up,
Yeah.
when you leave its line of sight, it kind of looks around for a minute. It doesn't really move. And you see it slowly, uh, lower itself back down to the ground. It looks maybe a little confused now. And it notices the food again and will reach for it and drag it towards it. It won't eat it, but it'll drag it towards it and
It's like
go back into
hoarding it
a
for
sitting
later.
position. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Then keep looking around for a few more minutes until eventually it sort of just clocks out again.
Haskell will just come back to Snapjaw and ask who makes the white ones?
It's the cultists. They took some of us. When the ones in blue were here, they stopped after they left.
The ones in blue. So the blue dragon people?
That's what it sounds like he's saying.
Okay. Haskell nods. Yup. Haskell now knows that those things are entirely beyond saving.
Mm-hmm. And without really moving your tokens, not Haskell, Frigus and Alba. What's your? Do you plan on keeping to explore, or do you want to go back and meet up with the rest of your?
I don't know. What do you think?
I should probably let them know what I did. If you want to continue going around and I go back, that's totally fine.
I mean, kind of want to keep exploring, but I also don't want to get caught on my own. So I'm gonna stick with you.
Cool.
Bold choice.
Then I'm gonna bring you back to the splash page now. Bid. As the two of you head back, you see Haskell is still sitting or standing with Snapjaw, and they appear to have just exchanged words. Were you gonna say something, Tucker?
I was just gonna say Haskell will try to fit in with the other lizard folk by dinking around metal, and but I actually want to try.
Uh-huh.
I want to see if I can do it. If I can successfully accomplish whatever they're trying to accomplish.
You know, even if you ask them, they tell you. Yeah.
Does it look like they're trying to make a straight up sword, or are they trying to just make sharp metal spears or something? That sounds like a lizard folk. They probably wouldn't try something complicated. They'd probably try to make a club out of metal or a sharp, pointy rod.
Yeah, you go up to a lizard folk, and he's doing something, and seems like most of the lizard folk are trying to work together on this one thing as they're like moving around the room, and they get different piece of scrap metal and bring it to another one, and they're kind of like, "Does this work?" Um, and as you gather information, it seems like they're trying to they're trying to make a spear point.
Okay.
But what they're doing is it looks like they're producing something more like a shovel.
That's beautiful, honestly. They're trying so hard.
They're trying so hard. There's 6 of them working on one spear point. And they're kind of using like scrap pieces of like old armor, and they're trying to make it into a spear point. they're trying. That's not working.
Eska will try to help them, not knowing anything about forging.
Um. Um. One second. Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, okay.
Give me a. Are you helping them by like directly getting involved? Like you like
Yes, and yeah, and he's gonna try to like tell them like what. Well,
Give me a sleight of hand check using strength.
oh fuck me.
You have proficiency at your proficiency.
Nope. So I'll just do a strength check.
Yep. Because this is heavy. You're trying to.
Let me impress these lizard folk. Nope.
You try. But you seem to be fitting in really well,
Yeah.
Haskell.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, as soon as I was like, yeah, and I'll try to tell him, I was like, but that'll make Haskell seem too smart. But no, this fits in. Haskell and all the other lizard folk are just like, in Draconic,
Yeah.
are just like, oh, fire, oh, smash, oh.
Yeah, Alva and Fregus, you step back into this room and you see Haskell surrounded by a bunch of lizard folk at the forge. And it looks like he's trying to help them do whatever they're doing. And you know Z's in the next room, and Eli's nearby. I don't know if you want to wake up Z to tell him, but
Yes. Yes, I would. I would at least like attempt to wake him up.
Eli would stop you. Eli would be like, no, just let him sleep. He needs it. He can't walk properly. He needs to sleep. Doctor's orders. Leave.
Eli's right. Let him sleep. If we have to wake him up, then we can deal with it then.
The building is on fire. Please come back and alert me. Otherwise,
define fire. Like physically on fire.
Physically on fire.
Okay, we're good then. Everything's great. Under control.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Building's on fire. Yeah.
Ollie, I'm adding a very pointy shovel to my inventory.
Very
Ollie,
pointy shovel.
I have a quick question actually that I just remembered, which was that guy that whose name I've completely forgotten. Dickhead.
This sorcerer wizard man.
The guy that we just.
Oh, Rich Pompous asshole.
Yes.
Here, I'll put him on the thing.
Oh, he's teeny weeny. Aw, never mind.
He's not.
Yes, that guy. Did he have any magic items on him? Or magical effects, I suppose I should say.
1 second, I'll check.
For that matter, did any of the other cultists? If anyone, it would be him.
He. Oh, I forgot. Cool abilities are. He would have had a. Scroll down. would have detected at least one thing on him that would have a. Let me double check what this does. A conjuration aura to it.
Okay.
His weapon is not. I think it would have been just that. I don't think. Let me double check. No, it would not detect. Then yeah, it'd be just that. It wasn't a very
Alright.
strong aura at all, but it exists on
Okay.
his person.
Well, once we get back, I figure I may as well try and figure out what this dagger is. So we're gonna go sit in a corner and try and identify this dagger.
Yeah, Alba short rest. Pascal helps the lizards. Eli looks for Zeke is sleeping. Does Regus have any plans going forward?
Eli, by the way, is also essentially long resting with Z.
Okay.
So it's going to be 8 hours, right? There's no change. It's going to be 8 hours.
Specified to you what time tonight that Snapjaw wants to meet. It will be sundown within 4, so you could
4
probably
hours?
take another 2 hours after that.
Okay. Yeah, I can long rest in 4 hours.
Okay, Z can't.
This is true.
So
But yeah,
is okay, so out of character. Snapjaw is aware of who all of us are
Mhm.
and is
He-
with us, and he is helping us.
From what we've been able
yeah.
to tell so far, yes.
He established when the rest of the party first met him a sort of, if you help me, I'll help you. Sort of
All right. Could I attempt to locate him now before the meeting?
So you should have probably just walked straight into this room with him.
Okay, then I will pull him aside.
Yeah, I mean, he looks at you, and will sort of walk over to wherever you wish for him to be.
And I'll just kind of brief him on the whole situation that happened.
You
And
or upstairs.
upstairs. Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess more or less just ask him advice on how to move through it, since I'm kind of new and that was a stupid decision that I made. That here we are.
Mhm. Shaw listens to you, and he says, the elf commands this castle. He only takes commands from Resnick. Um, I am sure if he finds out you all are not cultists, you will be put in you will be prisoners. Um,
Be put in the what?
he stopped and then just clarified prisoners.
Okay. You cut
And
out is also.
they
Yeah.
Ollie, yeah, as in Ollie doesn't remember where they're and what they're called. But there's a place probably. Um, and he says, he seems to be loyal to the cult, but you, I am not sure if Resmir knows everyone came through here. Maybe you can, maybe you can get your way through it. It seems he thinks she should know you. She holds a lot of power. She is why we are here. Just nods.
I just am like looking at him and I'm like, okay, it'll be fine. We'll be fine.
He nods.
Just go upstairs and seduce him.
My charisma's not. Listen, have you seen my rolls tonight?
Better than mine.
We
Listen,
don't have a hat of disguise or anything, do we?
can I do a quick disguise self?
Now that you mention it,
I might do that.
might be able to give you a head of disguise.
Well, I have disguise self.
Ah, well, that's also works.
Use it in a pinch. We're in a pinch. I shall use it.
He did tell you to go to his room later if that's what you plan to do.
Yep.
So I assume there's not much happening between you all. Until then, and then until whenever you have to meet with these lizard folk. But
Ollie, you're roboting.
Holly.
no.
Ollie!
Here we go.
Yeah, I know. My Discord's dying.
No.
Discord is not responding.
Not like this.
1 second.
Okay.
I mean, you're okay now, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not working correctly.
okay.
Sad.
Shade.
Or just close and reopen.
Discord, howl at the moon. I don't know the rest.
Beautiful. Do it again.
No.
Please.
No.
Dance, monkey, dance.
That's not a good song. I don't know why it was like super popular.
The Dance Monkey song? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Sorry, slow brain.
I don't think it's good.
I mean, it's a decent song. It's kind of catchy.
It's catchy and her voice is just grating enough. You know?
That's part of the reason why I hate it, is because I just the weird things just yeah.
Yeah. Bye,
There she
Ollie.
goes. I think she killed her router.
It was only a matter of time.
I think she's yeah.
Sad day.
Man, can't
With
wait
a
for us
stance
to
on the
be.
saddest of days.
Can't wait for us to get to level 9, and then I can start using animate object. Animate object so bad.
Why do you want that?
Because
Animate object's cool.
animate object is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
10 attacks per round for a whole minute? Give me.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
To clarify,
Ollie is typing.
it's 10 attacks per round at +4 to hit. Deal 1d4 plus 4. And they're completely independent from you, so.
Jesus.
It's horrifying.
Welcome.
Hello!
Welcome back.
Discord is having a hard time responding.
That's okay.
anything. But so you guys assume stick around for a little bit. And is it going to be just going to see drown more?
What was that you roboted just a
Is
tad?
it gonna just be Heidi seeing the guy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. And
Scales
later
is
that
purple
night,
camo.
before the lizard folk or the lizard folk start trying to round you up for whatever meeting they wish to have. Sundown. For to be sundown very soon. It seems like quite a few people have cleared out the main area. And as you take a few steps, I see Red Wizard Asbara, who
Mr. Asbara, Mr. Man.
sort of like stops you by putting a hand on your shoulder. You didn't really see him before. Looks at you, and he gives you a. It's not quite a smile. It's just sort of a greeting look.
Who's he doing this to?
And he says, Fregus, as she steps out to go see Drummore. And he says, if you could spare me a second, I would like to talk to you and your companions. And that's where we'll end for the night.
What a great
This is
timing.
fine.
Because I misclicked again in close roll 20.
No, that's perfect.
Idiot.
Look, I figured out why it
Yeah.
happens. On my right hand monitor, the icon for Firefox is at the exact location that if I go to the left from it, I'm on the main monitor, right where the X for closing that window is.
Maybe
No.
move that.
Whoops.
Oops.
Nice.
Whoopsie.
Cool.
Hell yeah, that was a good session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, man,
Hey,
making
enjoy
mistakes and learning things.
First
Oh, yeah.
time in a while.
Hey guys. Thanks for welcoming back. Sorry, I'm fucking everything up.
Hey,
Holy
I mean,
shit.
It's the
Fine.
rogue life. I understand you.
To be
I got
honest,
you.
when when you two were discussing like, oh, do we go back to them and tell them, or do we keep exploring? I was like shouting in my mind, like, don't come straight back to us, please do not. That is the most sus thing you could do.
Listen.
Alright.
Oh, we got in trouble. Let us go to these other people real quick.
Totally unrelated.
Yeah.
On that note, though, I'm gonna stop recording if it's
Mhm.
cool with everyone. So I
Yep.
mean, it's been so long, but like by stream, I
Bye.
guess.
By recording.
By
By
recording.
recording.
Bye.